I don't know what that means. It sounds a little weird to say that. I don't want to be caked with a year. Let the year shower over you. That's something Will Ferrell might say. I don't understand how some people don't think Will Ferrell's funny. My father-in-law is one. He's like, I don't find him funny. I'm like, come on. And then my daughter Grace one time, there was one Will Ferrell movie that was particularly a miss, and that was the Sherlock Holmes one. It was just not good. And she's like, what happened to Will Ferrell in that movie, Dad? I go, don't talk that way about my brother. He's my brother. He doesn't know it, but he is kin. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to start with a little acousticizing. Well, actually, the whole thing's going to be acousticizing, but not exercising, as we avoid. No, actually, I'm a spirited walker. I was walking at the mall this morning, Steve, over at Mayfair Mall. I did 3 miles worth. And then tonight, when my lovely wife gets home, we'll go over to the Pettit ice skating rink, and I'll go for another 3 miles. Because I'm trying to mitigate the holiday carnage. Now, let's talk to you a little bit about the cutout cookie, ladies and gentlemen, caked with a delicious icing. Those things go down quite smooth, as well as the peanut butter blossom, which is, of course, is they're so delicious. The chocolate kiss on top of the peanut butter cookie. Yeah, I'm like, I just learned that name myself. I like to, give me those peanut butter, Hershey's Kisses ones. But they're called peanut butter blossoms, ladies and gentlemen. And then, of course, the Spritz cookie is a delicious specimen as well. I think there are some, as a matter of fact, Isla's supposed to be icing some of those cutout cookies. I think that's all that remains. Isla, ice those cookies. Isla, ice those cookies. Isla, ice those cookies. Isla, ice those cookies. That's a song called Isla, Ice Those Cookies. Diggity dog. Here we go. We're going to do a little thing called the Voti Shuffle in an acoustic environment. Let's see what happens. I want to. That's a jaunty selection. It's a little thing called the Vody Shuffle, named after our buddy Vody Reinhardt, who unfortunately left us a few years back. He was a magnificent drummer and a shuffleist extraordinaire. A band in town that I used to go out and see many times as a youngster called Leroy Airmaster. And that's called the Vody Shuffle. Doggone. I think I did a version of that on the thing that they did with the tone controls, our little reunion soiree called Vivid Gristle. It's important for your gristle to be vivid, I have found. If given my druthers, give me some vivid gristle. Diggity dogger. All right, we're going to do a little song called, let's see what we got in there. We have so many selections on there to choose from. Well, since you got that, let's do a little bit of that Spanish wine. That's a fun one. That's a fun one to do instrumentally. I used to do this quite a bit in the Wildwood videos. Everyone was like, what is that song? And I would say, it's Spanish wine, it's Spanish wine. I wrote this song with John Seeger. I had the tune and kind of all the instrumental side of it done, and he put lyrics to it, put a lyric to it. And we recorded on a record called Plays Well With Others. And on this particular song, had John Cleary play piano on it, and magnificent. John Cleary's originally from England, but of course has been in New Orleans forever. And a buddy of mine, Doug Belote, had played with him, would always tell me about John Cleary. And then I got that John Scofield record that he did doing all those gospel songs. What was that? What was the name of that record? The gospel-y one. It's escaping me. But anyways, John Cleary's on there and sings a bunch as well as plays. He's a great piano player and sings fantastically as well. Anyway, I had him play on this particular song, Spanish Wine. Interesting tune. It's got some interesting changes to it, if I may be so bold. The chorus goes to strange places, and but it's good for you. Chords are good for you, ladies and gentlemen. They're good for your colon, and in this day and age, you need to find as many things that are good for your colon as possible. I found, because things can go awry in a hurry. Okay, so play nice chords. Basically, is what's happening. Here we go. how we orchestrated that almost near perfect, oh, we're going to stop, but then we're not. That's very difficult to do, but we did it because here in Orange Room, anything is possible. In the Orange Room, anything is possible. Oh, in the Orange Room, anything is possible. Anything is possible in the damn Orange Room. Hey, let's do a little bit of that Here We Go Again tune again. That's a fun one. That's a fun one for the kids. I like it. Folks, of course, this is the Fishman Takeover. And we got Steve Andreoni on the doggone bass. He's playing Martin. What Martin is that, by the way?
That's a good question.
It's a Martin.
It's a bass.
It's a Martin bass with Fishman Electronics on board. It's a Matrix VT Enhance system. He's going through the old Fishman bass blender, and that's going into the Fishman Platinum preamp. I've got a Matrix Infinity VT on this rascal. This is a Martin 00028. And I'm going into the 00028 Reimagined, I believe this one is. And I'm going through a Fishman Spectrum Aura preamp with just a little bit of the Orchestra Aura image, number 7, as the case may be. There's a rotary dial with 16 different images for each body style. Dreadnought, orchestra, concert, jumbo, nylon, 12-string, bluegrass, and then you can have some custom images in there as well. And so I am on the orchestra setting on number 7. A lucky number is number 7. Diggity dog it. But how I do is I blend about, it's about between 10 and 11 o'clock's worth on the rotary dial for the blend switch in with my, just the straight pickup sound. So those two working together gives you a juicy little sound. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you, okay? I'll show you. So right now you got the blend in. I'm gonna turn the blend off. Now this is just the pickup. Now I'll go like this, and you'll have the blend in. Puts a little more air around it, a little bit more of a halo of tonal goodness. A halo of tonal goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Tattoo that to your butt cheek. See what happens. See what the coroner says when the time comes. A halo of tonal goodness? What the hell was this man thinking? Just read my cheek and shut up, says his ghost. What? Read my cheek, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good t-shirt. Read my cheek. I don't know how we got there, but it happens here in Orange Room. Folks, I'm on the road right now, so that's the reason why we're not live. So if you're asking questions, we're not blowing you off. No, sir. We are not here. We have recorded this in advance and to provide you with some new content as we're parading around the world, or as the country, as the case may be. You can check out my dates at gregkoch.com, GREGKOCH.com. Going on the road with the Koch Marshall Trio, which is Dylan on the drums, and of course Toby Lee Marshall on the organ. The octocopter himself, all kinds of limbs flailing about as he's maniacally working that medieval structure to his with great aplomb. Medieval structure? Yeah, they had B3s back in the day with Vlad the Impaler and Mehmet as they were going at it in the confines of the great battle between the Ottomans and the Wallachians. That's right. On the cave walls it was spoken. It was written of on the cave walls. The B3 that cometh with the octocoptersman. None of these things are true, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? In this day and age, you can say anything. Somebody will believe it. But luckily the things we're saying are benevolent, and they're not leading you to some trough of some demonic elixir. A trough of demonic elixir. Wow. What a day. What a day we're having here in Orange Room. Okay, we were going to do something. Here we go again. Here we go. We're going to do this song. This is a song I recorded. Interesting story. We did this over at my buddy Chris Hansen's house. He's got a studio in his attic But it's a big attic, and it's a nice studio. And so the record is called From the Attic, because sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I wasn't ready to record a record, but my buddy Klaus from Germany, our agent over there, is like, record a record and we'll do a tour. I'm like, okay. I was like, well, here we go again. And so that's where this tune came from. Kind of a gospel-y thing. You know, this was the theme song for the morning show on KLH. I think they still play this one at 10 o'clock. If you're in Milwaukee or and you listen to 96.5, about 10 a.m., you'll hear... Although now when we do it now, I don't start with that. I start with the other thing. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to play this song, Here We Go a Doggone Again. It goes something like this here. That's the way it should be done, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way it should be done for the kids. Sometimes the kids demand it. They say, hey, bring me a little bit of that filth to the fore. And I say, all right then. How about a little, did you do Isla Rose on this one? Yeah. Better-doodle-daddle-doodle-daddle-doodle. This one's a hard one to play, folks, but we like to play it. I'm playing Isla Rose in hopes that she ices those cookies. Isla, ice the cookies. Isla, ice the cookies. We got a tasty treat that's on the way. Isla, eat those cookies. Isla, ice those cookies. I want some cutout cookies today. Make that tasty frosting. Put it on and lather it good. Put it on and lather it good. Lather that frosting upon the delicious cutout cookie, and we will feast upon it later. But first, we're going to play a song called Isla Rose. Initially, I recorded this on a baritone tuned B to B, and electric baritone. I did it on a record called Radio Free Gristle, a record which made me the thousandaire I am today, ladies and gentlemen. And actually, you know what? I put out a reissue of that record a few years back, but I had these little vocal vignettes between all the different things and decided just to put out the tunes. So I re-recorded it just with, or not re-recorded it, but put it out with just the tunes. And I thought to myself, you know, I wasn't insane. This shit rocks. It's a good collection of musics. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And some cool illustrations from my buddy Mark Jimo, who I went to high school with also at Marquette University High School. And anyway, this is a song called Isla Rose. Now we do it in the key of E, standard tuning. And it's not easy. So at the end, I'll noodle around until, as we're doing those chorus changes, until I give you the look. And then we'll go bing doo dee doo dee. Oh, hang on, I got a rebel. Got a rebel in the midst. Oh, there we go. Here we go now, boys. 1, 2, 3, 4. thanks so much for tuning in to our Bacchanal. We appreciate it. This was pre-recorded because I'm on the road right now. Again, Steve Andreoni on the bass. We got Dylan James Koch on the doggone drums. I'm Gregory S. Koch, Esquire. We are playing, of course, Fishman-fueled acoustic instruments because this is the Fishman Takeover here in Orange Room. And we'll see you cats soon. If you want to find out where I'm playing, you can go to gregkoch.com. Please don't be afraid to go over to our friends at fishman.com and check out what all the wares that they have, of which we're going through as we speak. Matrix Infinity pickups and Spectrum Aura box I'm going through. We got the Platinum preamp that Steve's going through. Oh, so many activities. As well as we're both going through a Loudbox Performer right now in the room, and actually going out of that into a SA330X. That's what Dylan's listening to in the other room. And away we go. So good, clean fun. Folks, we'll see you soon. Take it easy. But as I say, take it. Actually, I know Woody Guthrie said that. Take it easy, but take it. See you later.